They say they want that raw, but we about to give them all this real shit. Yo, turn your notifications on and subscribe to the channel, talking that real shit. It don't matter where you at or where you from, cause Real Raw Radio gon' get it.
Hey, it's your girl Jay Perez from Realrawradiopodcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Blanko merch. You can check out his limited edition for July at www.billyblankoway.com, and that's Blanco with a K, not a C. It's Jay Perez, Realrawradiopodcast. We got Worldarama, Mr. GrindhardTV in the building today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So a lot of stuff going on. You have a new single that's out?
Yes. Go, baby.
Go, baby. Yeah, I seen that. So, that song, was written behind a significant part of your life, right?
Yeah, it's it's a line that I say in it where I say, raise the boy to a man and he wasn't even my baby. That's playing off of me just recently finding out that a 27-year-old man wasn't my child that I raised and provided for.
27 years old. How did that even unfold like that? For you to find out so late.
Well, when I was younger, my mom said that he didn't look like he was mine or whatever. But I guess me trying so hard to be a dad, I didn't listen, because back then that was 27 years ago. So I didn't pay attention, or maybe she wasn't going hard enough to convince me, because I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? I was in love with this woman, or maybe I was just pussy whipped. Who knows? It was a bunch of different things.
You think that's really a thing though?
Yeah, some dudes be so open off a woman that they be blind to the truth. Like, there's mad chicks out here that's cheating on dudes, and dudes are so in love with these women, or maybe just so in need of them through comfortability, that they'll put up with shit. And it would be cool if two people understood and was both aware of this is what it is, and that's what it is going to be. If you choose to stay in this, then you stay. If not, then it's all well. But it's too much deceiving going on. And women always say guys is dogs and we liars and we this and we that. But women, y'all are the trump card when it comes to the game, the life game of cards. Y'all have the trump hand all the time. Yeah, we even in the court system, everything. So
this is the equality.
But I don't understand why women be so women power and all of this and that. Or maybe that's why. Y'all feel like y'all women empowered because y'all are empowered. And in some countries, women are considered less than, like how they treated slaves when they first came to this country. Women are beneath the men in some countries still to this day. But women, y'all are so on this empower movement and women everything that, men, we get the short end of the stick a lot. It's hard being a man. Y'all saying it's hard being a woman, but y'all get everything.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I have yet to find somebody to do anything for me nice. Just a nice gesture. I've always been the doer.
Maybe you're the one that's going about it wrong.
Maybe I need to cheat. Maybe I need to jump on that wave.
Maybe you're going about it wrong, because women, y'all can seduce anything out of anything. Like, yeah, of course, y'all going to get some no's. There's going to be some guys that's not going to be interested. But there are going to be some guys that are. And y'all going to be able to get that. Like, I always say this too, and this may sound like male chauvinist or whatever. A woman could come out her house in the morning in bunny slippers and pajamas, and she could bring a dude right back home with her. Going to the store, dudes chilling on the block or going to work, they'll see her ass busting out them pajamas with bunny slippers on, a scarf on her head, and the dude will be like, hey, good morning, ma. She could be like, yeah, I'm chilling. What you doing? And she could say, I'm going home to make breakfast. You want some? That motherfucker is gone. Dudes ain't going to go to the store and get a chick back to the crib like that.
I'd be like, what?
Exactly.
You bugging.
Exactly.
Yeah, you bugging.
It ain't always like that. Every dude don't got it like that. So with that being said, y'all always have the upper hand, but y'all seem like y'all, with this women empowerment movement, like y'all already in power.
Now, but it took a long time to even get there.
Even back then, because even back then,
Back then,
when women weren't in the, all right, let's say in the 40s, 50s, back, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't have no rights then.
They didn't have no rights, but yet So where does Karen come from? Karen comes from women that just lie, and white women that just lie and say, this person did that to me, or this person looked at me, and guys go out and kill for them. They had power. That was power. And we see now till this day what that means. Karen means that. A white woman that lies and says something happened, and a person will go and get murdered over that shit. And it happened thousands of times, maybe millions. Because there was millions of people killed during slavery. And a lot of that was Karens. Even the Emmett Till story. There's 1,000 more stories like that out there of women lying on a guy.
Yeah, you know what? I seen a podcast where Don't Call Me a White Girl said, girls, stop calling your brothers, your cousins, father, whoever, to come fight your battles when it's really nothing. Because these guys is really killing and getting killed for something so minuscule.
Yep.
It's definitely not worth it.
So you know what I'm talking about. So I know I'm saying I'm a seasoned veteran. I'm not no young spring chicken. I've been around the block, and I got caught. I thought I was the Mr. Suave player guy, but I was so thirsty to raise a son because not knowing my father, I didn't listen to my mom's. Back to the story of what kind of inspired the song, and just last year when I flew him back up here, because she took him and left when he was 5 and moved back to her native country, which is Trinidad. And she took him. So I was heartbroken twice off of her. When I caught her cheating and she left and took what I thought was my firstborn to another country, and I continued on providing for him and flying him back and forth and going out there. And I enjoyed the Caribbean experience that I was able to go out there. As soon as I get off the airport, rent a car, I know how to drive around the town. Like, I'm good out there.
Right.
But to then years later, finding out that he's not mine. And I'm thinking that, his daughter's my granddaughter. I'm thinking, I'm a grandfather. I was feeling good about this because a lot of my guys didn't make it. Some people got deported back to their native countries and got killed. You know what I mean? Like,
how did that 27 years later even come about?
Well, he was 26, and I flew him up here last year because I wanted to start now opening businesses. God bless the dead, my Uncle Donald just passed away. So I opened up a new business. Although I've been doing Grindhard for 20 years.
We're going to talk about that too.
Right. I opened up a new business called D. Clark B. ENT LLC. And that's Donald Clark Bryant Enterprises Limited Liability. You know what I'm saying? So in my uncle's name, I wanted to start building businesses for legacies for my family.
Right.
So I flew him up here and I'm talking to him about it, and I'm trying to build and figure out what it's going to do. There's so much things to do in the entertainment business. You don't have to be a rapper.
Right.
You can be a lot of things to help get this business going and make a lot of money and keep the business going, and me leaving something for them so they, build off this. And I just wasn't seeing myself in him. I wasn't. So when I was younger and my mom said, "Oh, I don't think he's yours," and blah, 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 I kept doing what I was doing. And then years later, it opened up in my mind that I don't see me in him no more as an adult. Because as a child, you just being a father and you see a kid growing up. But as an adult, you would see yourself in a person. You know what I mean? And I just didn't. So I just checked. There's nothing wrong with checking. And I was right. So
how was that, the results? Like, how did he handle it? Well, how did you handle it too? Like, how did y'all both handle it?
It's crazy that we talking about this because when we were in the place getting swabbed, I was going to film all of that. And I didn't. I was starting to, and then I just stopped and I was like, you know what? This is kind of private. So let me just do it this way. But now that it happened and the results is out there, I feel prone to talk about this because there's so many men out here that got duped like me. And I don't want to keep it secret. And I don't want to shield her from what she's done all these years. You know what I'm saying? Me and him was fooled by this. And so many people say, "Oh, yeah, he is your son." Yeah, mentally, he's my stepson. He's my son, but while, it's a stepson there. And, but biologically, he's not. So I feel shorted now because if I knew that this biologically wasn't my son all these years, I probably would have made more kids.
Right.
Thinking that she's already left with a child that wasn't mine. So let me start over fresh. She gone. She out of here. And I married her. And she still ran and took him.
Oh, wow.
So you wanted to go back home with what I thought was my kid, but I think that at that point, that was the time when you should have said, you know what, this is not your kid. Or
And did
it's a
she know it?
possibility. Of course she did. Come on, man.
I mean,
Of course
like,
she did.
I mean, she probably have thought, yeah, like
That, and
it
that's
could
what she
be
said.
like his or
When
her,
when
you know,
when,
his
when
or
she
his.
she texted me and said, I'm sorry, when he told her that, you know, I'm not his biological father after all these years of him feeling I'm his father. And she texted me sorry. So I texted her back and I said, so you knew? And she was like, well, I didn't know, but I wasn't sure, in a text. That's the only contact we've had since we found out. So to say you wasn't sure, so if you automatically thought that it wasn't, and you had the balls to pick up and leave with my firstborn, that was the same balls you should have used to say, well, look, he's probably not yours anyway.
Right.
I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he's yours. And I would have fell back and I wouldn't have went extra hard to provide and do everything I was doing, because now he's your son. You left with him, do your thing. But women put jackets on dudes. And, you know, I was always a grinding ass nigga, a provider, a nigga that was getting money, however it took, you know, to provide for my family. And a lot of Caribbeans would love to have a sponsor in America that would be helping, taking care of them and sending money and providing.
Shit, I'm
so
an American that wants a fucking sponsor.
Yeah,
How
so,
about that?
You know, not tooting my horn, but yes, for a long time I've been grinding, whatever, getting money, and I'm not rich, but I'm able to provide for mines. And a woman that needs that and acts like she doesn't will pin a baby on a nigga.
Let me ask a
to
question.
Keep that bread coming in. That's what I got from it. What else could it have been?
How was that feeling of emotion when you opened up and you read?
Yeah, I called the place back and was like, is this true? I'm like, is there a way that we can take another test just to be sure? Because my little son was mine. He was 99999, but his was 0000.
Oh, it comes back 0000.
Yeah. So I called them and I was like, yo, I said, my other son is mine. So could it be a mistake? She was like, sir, if there was a mistake with the sample, we would have called you and had you come back and do it again.
So you only have one child with her, or there's more than one child?
Nah, it's my 3 kids was from 3 different women.
Okay.
I was married to the first one.
Okay.
Then the second one was a girlfriend for mad years. And then the last child that I have, the youngest, that's with my wife now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I went back and got married again. I move on. Like, it's not, that's what up with us Tauruses. Like, we get over you by replacing you. And that's just what it is. So no disrespect or nothing like that. But we are like relationship type of people. We love hard. We like to do our thing too sometimes or whatever. But when you're being faithful and loving a person, we love extra hard. But when the relationship over and we feel like we ain't fucking with you no more because you've done something that was unforgivable, we're gonna move on with another person. So your chances of coming back will be slim to none unless you're gonna be a side piece.
Shout out to the Tauruses out there.
And that's just what it is. And we do grind.
Nah, they do. My sister's a Taurus, and she's my motivational.
Of course she is, because we're very influential.
Person. Nah, she really is, especially with relationships.
We make you want to do the right thing and stand on your ground and make it happen. Like, don't be a sucker. Do what you got to do. Get out there and grind. Ain't waiting. Ain't nobody bringing it to you. You got to go get it. We motivate you.
How did your stepson feel once the...
He was kind of he was devastated by it. He kind of like he almost went a little bit crazy because he was up here with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was damaging for him. But he's taking it in stride down, like he's taking care of his daughter and he's taking care of his moms, doing whatever he got to do.
You guys are still close?
Me and him, we still talk. It's not like it was, but we still stay in contact with each other. But like, it's a lot for him to take in too, because he only know me as his father. You understand? Mm-hmm. So all of this time he had a brother already that's older than him, and they had issues within each other because throughout their lives I've been around them. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I've been flying back and forth, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So they've had kind of issues with each other, but to turn out that they're really full brothers. They got the same father and a brother. And all of the stuff that I've been doing for what I believe was my biological son, he probably was feeling away because his father wasn't doing for him, but turns out they both got the same father. So he think now, I'm thinking this is me thinking now back, like my son is probably thinking like, damn, all this time I was going through shit with my brother over what my father was doing for me and him not doing for him. But if I would have known that other guy was my father, I wouldn't have got the shit I was getting.
Right.
So,
like we both would have been in the
right,
hole.
we both would have been fucked up because his brother came to me one year when he became an adult, and he was like, "Yo, World, I appreciate everything that you've done for Miki because that helped out all of us. Like the money you were sending and all the stuff you would do and stuff, like that was good for all of us out here." Yeah. He said that to me as an adult when he came up here. And I was like, yo, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. And I kind of knew that already, but thank you for appreciating it and thanking me for it. Because I know in a lot of situations with my kids, and you know what I'm saying, the money that I provide for my son is taking care of that whole family. Everybody's eating off of it. Because some people, my other son mother tried to tell me one time, oh, my child support don't do nothing. Oh, your child support don't do nothing. It really don't. And I'm like, and I told my son, who's now 14, about to be 15, I said, when that child support hit on that card every 2 weeks, like, don't that do something for you? Like, you like spending that money? He was like, yeah, Dad. So I'm like, so what your mother talking about? He was like, I don't know. I was like, that child support is for your child, which is you. You enjoy spending the money, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, so what your mom's talking about? I said, and don't she take some money and put it on y'all phone bills and have y'all pay y'all own phone bill? She was like, yeah, so it's still benefiting motherfuckers. So how could you tell me my child support don't matter? Like,
listen.
And see how y'all women, y'all be doing some grimy shit,
Whoa. I didn't want to bring my son's father into it, but I took his DNA test.
Okay.
Right? You know, I'm pale, I'm Puerto Rican. My son's father's black. When my son was born, we were just talking about that before we started airing. You know, my son looks like a real Perez. He looked like my grandfather, actually. May he rest in peace. And you know, the features weren't really there. So people were in South Jamaica because he's from South Jamaica.
Queens get the money.
You know, talking about, oh, you know, this is, you know, they was going around saying that this is not. I'm like, who the fuck was I with besides this guy? Every single day he had my car, would take me to, like, he lived with me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you know, when
got you. Yeah. So I kept hearing it. Then I heard that his mom wanted to swap, like she bought some DNA kit. This is what I heard. I don't know if it was true or not. That she wanted to swab my son when he was just a few months old. So this girl called me and she was like, you know, people still talking about it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go for child support and let me see if he's going to ask me. Because we just broke up when my son was like 6 months old. So we went for child support and he asked. He was like, yeah, you know, because the judge is going to ask you, you want to take,
that was the perfect time for him to do it without having to pay for it.
Right. Well, we did.
Oh, yeah, I had to pay for it?
Yeah, we had to split it in 3. So the court paid a third, I paid a third, and he paid a third.
Oh, okay.
Which was good because I couldn't pay for it anyway. But
it was only a couple $100, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but when I had my son, I was not making good money. Okay. I was really like struggling.
I understand because, you know.
Shit happens.
I know.
But we took it and it came back. 99.99999. And
how did he feel about that?
He didn't call me. He called his ex-girlfriend to tell her the news.
Oh, wow.
So I felt like shit. I already felt like shit. The fact that he then had me go take a paternity test.
You can't feel like that.
Well, now I understand, but then my son was born in 2006, and I don't cheat. I never cheat.
We don't know that.
I'm speaking
you can
for
say
myself.
That, but we don't know that.
What do you mean we?
Men in general.
No.
So
I'm not fucking men. I was fucking him.
But what I'm saying is, in his perspective, in his mind, you could say you don't cheat and you so loyal and faithful, but how does he know?
How does he know?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how he
He's not in your coochie.
No, he picked me up with my car from work, took me home, took my car, and went back to the block. I was in my house every single day.
Where you worked at?
In Long Island City.
Okay, so you at work 8 hours.
Yeah, inside of a building.
Okay. What that mean?
I'm not fucking at work.
I know a lot of coworkers that fuck at
anyway,
work. So I'm
going to speak for myself. Because this is my situation.
But I'm just telling you why people would still think that it goes down. Not saying it was you.
I hear you, but I know my situation, right? This was our relationship. Right. He knew I wasn't doing shit.
What was the problem with you just giving him a DNA test?
I did.
I'm just saying you gave him a DNA test because of a whole...
He didn't ask me. So he kept saying, "Oh, I never said that. I never said that."
Well, I don't know why he was being shy about it.
I don't know.
I think every man should. Unless your child is a twin of you, because I agree. Like if the child is exactly twin of you, because you've seen twins before, they look identical. There's some children out there that is an identical person to their mother or their father.
Right.
Unless that's the issue right there.
Dad.
You would know instantly. But if there's any question or doubt or people saying, yo, he kind of don't look like you or whatever the case may be, and you feeling anything in your mind, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a DNA test. And no woman should feel away like, oh, how could you dare say no?
Well, now
mama's baby, father's
now
baby.
I could see that, but I just know how I am in my relationships, right?
That's great. That you're a great woman that stays faithful to your man and not pin a baby on somebody that doesn't.
I couldn't do that.
There's a lot of women out here that's doing it. It's an epidemic out here.
Listen, I know girls that put holes in condoms.
Yeah.
All right. Because that shit is crazy to me. I would never. I don't.
So what? She'll take a nigga condoms and put.
Yeah. But I didn't have a problem with if he wanted to do it. I think it was just the whole neighborhood talking about it that hurt me, and how everything was done.
Why would the neighborhood be saying that about you? First of all, if they know that you was a great woman and you would have never done this shit like that. So because the baby didn't look like him?
His friends
didn't think he looked like him.
No. They used to call him, what they called him, Pablo and Juan or Carlos. Like they would make fun of my son saying Spanish names. You know what I'm saying? Oh. My son is Jamel. That's my son's name. Not Carlos or, whatever.
But I'm saying he had a baby with a Puerto Rican woman. They're Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
All right. So he had a baby with a pale Puerto Rican woman on top of that. Right. So he had to know that the kid was going to come out a little something. Like you could definitely see black in him, but he got more of his Puerto Rican side look. And come on, like you there's no way that the baby was going to come out as a black kid like how the other one was.
Oh, yeah, his little brother. Yeah, I saw my son. My son has a little brother. So cute. I call him Cheesy. His name is Jeremiah. But I showed him a picture. My son is light skinned. His brother's dark skinned, little Hershey kiss. And
so his brother, it was made with a black woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So him knowing making a baby with a
light girl,
Puerto Rican woman, and it's because they got darker Puerto Rican people too, but you are a lighter version, not unmelanated, I would say.
Right.
So he would have to know that his son was going to come out
light
like you.
Light skin. Well, my son's not light like me,
but even so, even with that being said, if the hood is saying, "Yo, I don't know," it's nothing wrong with getting a DNA test. Like I don't think it's.
I think I would have preferred him to have asked me, as opposed to everybody like talking about it and then calling me. Because then when I did go for the child support, and we found out that it was his, and we went back, I just dropped it because I didn't go there for money. I went there to see if they were gonna. If he was gonna ask, and if that was the case, I wasn't paying for it. So you dropped the child support? Yeah, I didn't. However, he's on child support right now.
You put him back on it?
I did. Well, he took me to court.
What, visitation?
He took me to court, for visitation, and I was like, oh, since we're doing this, we're gonna use court all the way, and then we just did that. But there was a whole story behind that. We don't even need to.
Yeah, that's kind of how I went through it too with my middle son. I wanted to make sure that she couldn't stop me from seeing him, so I took her to court because I was also a victim of a woman getting me arrested on some spiteful shit.
This is crazy.
Put me through the system, and every time I went to court for that case, I would ask the court like, "Yo, how can I see my son?" And they was like, "Yo, you got to go to court."
No.
And I went to court to get visitation at first, and then whatever joint custody and stuff. But once I was going to court to get visitation, she says, "Oh, my lawyer said since you taking me to court, I need to take you to child support court." It wasn't that the lawyer said it. She needed the money.
Yeah, no.
I know what time it was. Just like you said, when you first had your baby, you wasn't working, whatever.
No. I was working. I was just working a dead end job.
Yeah,
I just
so
didn't
was
have
she.
money.
So she ain't have money like that either. Matter of fact, she wasn't working because the first couple years I was claiming him on my taxes, and we agreed that we was both going to claim him every other year. But once she started working and we wasn't together, she claims him every year and says, "Oh, I can't claim him." So I'm paying then at $10,000-$12,000 in child support, but I can't claim him like every other year. It's crazy, but that's her issue. So it's whatever. My son is big now; he can make his own decisions, and the child support that he gets, he enjoys it. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, well, we're about to stop child support. I haven't got child support in years, but
women get child support because some women need it. I understand.
Well, I mean, yeah, for those, but our situation was different. It was never about money, really.
But it is about money. Because child support is about money. There's no other reason for it.
No. I'm going to disagree with you on that. But my situation, again, is my situation. When I'm not going to categorize myself with the rest of the world.
You taking what I'm saying wrong then.
Yeah.
Because, and like just the name child support, that means that if a child is not with both parents, then one parent, whoever is making the most money, or whoever the child is with the most. So if the child is with the mother the most, then the father has to pay. If the child is with the father the most, then the mother has to pay.
Granted.
That's what child support is about. It's about providing financial services to something.
But you just said that women do it because they need the money.
Yeah,
it's
some
not.
women do.
It's some of them, not all. I don't put myself in
but
that
I'm
category.
fully aware that there's multiple women out there that do it just for revenge or spiteful.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I know it's not just about the money, but they're using money for revenge.
Some girls just do that. Some people even just have kids just to do child support. To be honest,
yeah, a lot of that's what the whole basketball wives shit is about.
I know people that got 4 kids by different dads, and they got both their fucking kids falling on child support and don't even work.
Of course,
I know people like that. I'm not like that. I don't want anybody to ever.
That was like the same situation since we talking about this, and this is it's raw, right? We raw, and this is the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Let's talk about some fucking famous child support cases, like Nas, for instance. And after his daughter was old enough and that child support stopped, they was doing a campaign on why Nas should keep helping his baby mother out because...
Wait, what?
You didn't know about this?
You know what, to be honest with you,
Wow.
I don't be paying attention because I just heard the thing about Russell Simmons and Kimora.
Yes, a lot of this shit going on.
I don't even like that.
But
I'm sorry,
we talking about what we speaking on this case, that some women get child support to live off of. And when that child becomes of age and that child support is cut off, some of these women were not prepared to not be living off this man's money. And that's a fact. And there's famous cases out there like the one I named to go with what I'm saying. And just to show you that I don't be capping, even though I got a cap on. So shout out Lonnie Lyric. This her hat. It's her line. You know what I mean?
But, yeah, I don't know. But we about to drop that shit because that whole craziness is over.
So your son is how old now?
He's 16.
Okay, so, all right.
It's only like 3 years.
Not unless he go to college. If he go to college,
I don't care. I never.
I know you don't, but
I'll take care of that. If I need something for his father, I'll ask his father.
No, but I'm saying that if he goes to college, the child support will go on until like 24 or something.
Yeah, I don't care. I've told his father to go to court to stop it because.
No, you got to go to court to stop it.
Nah, he's gonna go file the petition, and I'm gonna show up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. He started the whole war. You're gonna finish the war.
Nah, but with the child support, the women have to go in there and say.
Nah, I'll go in there. Yeah, I'm going in there. I told him to go do the petition, and then we'll take care of that.
So kind of, I was in a situation like that, like you. You said, he took you to court for joint custody or just a visitation, and you took him to court for.
And then he tried to take my kid from me.
I went through all of that.
I love you. I love my son's father. I adore you. You are my guy. We went through some shit. But I will forever love you. I'ma always have you. But me
you
and
always
him,
have him.
Yeah, that's like I'm always have his back.
Oh, okay.
Like that. I'm sorry. Not like that. No. I'm always have his back because
because he's there for your son.
No, I mean I don't want to say it like that.
But he is there for his son.
He's around. Not as active, but he's around. We know where to find you. We know where he is. He knows where we are. And
y'all have that relationship. And your son is cool with that.
Yeah.
Okay, then as long as
whatever works.
He's 16, so he's at an age now where he gonna deal with his pops how he can deal with his pops. It ain't really about you.
It's not.
It's about him.
Well, it was never about me anyway.
Right. But you always gonna have his back. Though.
Actually. It's a long story. I don't even want to talk about this on
just
air
know
because
it was 2 people that made that baby.
Listen, it was 2 people that was dealing with each other physically for 18 years up until a year and a half ago. So there's a lot of history behind it.
You still in love?
No, I'm definitely not. No, in love, hell to the no.
You still that's
still my guy. I'm a ride for that. Yeah, like if I was in gang, you would be my gang. But no, his family.
So are you moved on with somebody else now?
I'm seeing somebody.
And you and your baby daddy don't get frisky every so often?
We stopped a year and a half ago. Did you just hear me?
Okay.
He's with somebody else.
Okay.
He just had a baby.
Oh yeah, right. The baby.
Yeah, I like the little baby. I call him Cheesy. Yeah.
All right, so that's good that y'all got a relationship like that where y'all could co-parent without nothing.
Yeah.
Because it was probably
You know, we were hurt. We hurt. You know, he hurt. I hurt.
So what happens if y'all, ever get around each other and some of those feelings kind of spark? Is it something like that gonna happen?
Well, nah. Lately, nah.
You said lately, but it could be times where
I had to do a thing where I blocked him for a while, like a good year and some change.
Yeah, you're not finished with each other.
And he came, crying like I don't want it to be like this. And it just took me some time. Like I just needed some time to heal, and I'm still learning how to like.
So you're still kind of going through this right now.
No, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of cool. Like I really don't care. You know what I mean? Okay. What I do care about, I care about that the family is together and.
How did y'all break up? First of all.
All right.
After 18 years.
Oh my God! No, we wasn't together for 18 years. We were fucking for 18 years.
Okay, so y'all was together. His dick was in your pussy.
Right. Oh my God! Why did this go on me? I didn't want to talk about him. How did you do this? That's because he's GrindhardTV. All right. That. You talk about that. I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, so it's not. All right, so back to what we was talking about.
You want to get me on your show?
Yo, I'm saying we could do that. It's a lot of stuff to talk about, but we here right now. You actually on my show because my cameras is rolling too.
Oh shit, that's right.
So it's GrindhardTV as well. You know what I'm saying? We real raw on Grindhard.
Yeah.
So that's just what it is,
Some
man.
relationships are just difficult, and I think what I feel as a spiritual person is that everything happens the way that it's supposed to. Even if you don't feel it at the moment. And I'm grateful. I don't have no regrets and nothing. My son was a blessing to me. He saved my life.
Yeah, he looked like a pretty handsome guy.
Thank you.
You said he's a good kid too, right?
No, he's so articulate. It's crazy. He's so opposite of me.
That's good, man. Having kids is wonderful, and raising them and watching them grow up. They could flip on you when they become adults, though, and just, you know what I mean? But that's just the chance you take. But loving a person that you made and raising them and leaving a legacy from you because when you're dead, they live on through you. That's what all our family trees is about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what we put out there as offspring. That's why it kind of crushed me so bad to find out that biologically he really wasn't mine and his daughter wasn't biologically my granddaughter, because that was part of my legacy that was destroyed in mad years. Is now I didn't missed that I could have probably made more children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. I'm sorry too, but it happened.
That hurts. That hurts me. Like that's why I wanted to know how did you feel when you read that shit?
Well, I just told you.
Yeah.
It was damaging.
Very.
But I moved on, and
How long ago did you find this out?
Last year. I just found out last year.
Yeah, Tauruses kind of move on with their emotions a little quicker than me. Because I kind of like dwelling.
Well, me and her wasn't together for like 15 years because she took him when he was 5. So when I would fly down there and stuff like that, like, she would tell everybody, oh, this is my husband, which was true because I was still married to her. And but I had already moved on and stuff like that. I was in other relationships with my 14-year-old mom. I was going, and I was out here with somebody else. Like Taurus, as I said, we move on with somebody else. But when I would fly to Trinidad, we would be cool, and so she would parade to everybody about how I was her husband and showing me off to everybody, and knowing that the kid that I'm down there to see and provide for, and all of them, that he wasn't mine, and she was cool with that. So that's the grimy shit that I'll be talking about. But
yeah,
we got to deal with that when that time happens and we find out about it.
Ladies, please, let's do better with raising our daughters. Like that's and our sons too, because this generation is different, and I'm not a big fan. I'm not trying to say like I'm old school, but I do have old school morals to a point where respect and chivalry is still a thing for me. Opening the door and just.
But it's kind of not like that for everybody, so.
Yeah.
And it's always some good and bad. This can't be just good. It's going to be bad, and we're all going to face traumatizing things in our lives that's going to really affect us, and it's going to determine how much of a strong person we are that we can deal with that stuff. And I think with me, putting this stuff in my music and making songs about it is how I've always expressed myself. And now I'm on a campaign run for that song, so this is fair game to me. I'm going to talk about this shit.
So let's talk about GrindhardTV real quick. This has been out for a while.
Yeah.
And you're the curator for this?
Yeah. I started it with me and my guy, Inf Mega Films. At the time, he was Inf Man. and he had a DVD called From the Gut that he was trying to take off, but I guess, he didn't have the know-how. He was just a videographer. So he started filming me and a bunch of other artists. We were all on Mr. Marlin 2520 mixtapes back in the days. There was a clothing line that said 2520 with like a barcode on it. And he would do shirts, hats, and mixtapes. And we were it was me, Grand Larceny, 2-5, which was 50 Cent cousin, another dude named Papa Don, who Ghostface Killer Supreme Clientele took a prayer song from him that I shot the video for and put it on that album. And Direct. And we were making songs and doing a lot of shit on his mixtapes, and we were putting a lot of that stuff out. And I was getting like meetings for us at Universal, and then we started shooting videos. At that time, I had just started working for Mad Soul Clothing, and that was
from 01 to 04, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. I was working for Mad Soul, so what I would do is I would do kind of like what LL was doing. LL was promoting Gap, but he kind of like was segueing with Fubu, helping Fubu out. So I was promoting Mad Soul Clothing, which I was devoted to and loyal to. But you know what I'm saying? My dude, Mr. Marlin, was my guy too. So I would always try to plug him in with shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it was all love. Shout out to Mad Soul Clothing, my guy Mark D'Amelio, and shout out Mr. Marlin for 2520. That was and Mark D'Amelio, if y'all don't know, those are the D'Amelios, the big poppin' family that's on TikTok, and they just won the Dancing with the Stars and all of that. So when y'all see me sometimes, when y'all see on my page, I'm standing with a bunch of white people in Hollywood or something like that. That's fam from mad years. You know what I'm saying?
So, GrindhardTV, do you like film every week?
I film wherever I'm at, actually.
Oh.
Sometimes I go live on location, and sometimes I'll just record. If I got certain guests that I want to bring in the studio, I'll bring them in the studio. And, you know what I mean? I be recording out of S Street Media Studios. My show airs on S Street Media, of course, GrindhardTV.com. It's also on UBC TV Network, Glue TV, Rough Riders Radio, iHeart, Spotify. If you Google it, it'll come up on mad different platforms, and you'll see that my shit is out there. And I do it all by myself.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Shout out to my PR person that's working with me right now, you know what I'm saying, Tuesday. She's doing a lot for me, and I appreciate her doing her thing. And shout out to my dude D-Tech. He's making a lot of power moves for me. So I definitely got some people down with me that I'm working with. You know, got to put a little bit of bread out there to make shit happen too. I could do it myself, but I got to pay the people that could do other things that I can't do.
You know, everything is a job.
Yeah.
Pretty much. What's one of your favorite episodes that you did on GrindhardTV from when you first started to date?
I kind of like the Grindhard funeral episodes, the tribute episodes. I kind of like that. I got a couple of them joints, and that's something that really, aside from footage that I have of people that passed away, like K Slave, Fred the Godson, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people that passed away that I got footage of. But I like doing the tribute episodes because it's timeless now, because now that person is gone, he ain't never coming back. And I got content of them, and I'm at the funeral with content. Because I'm a content guy. Everybody calls themselves a content king, but I have a lot. Next year is my 20th anniversary.
Congratulations.
You know yeah. So GrindhardTV been around for a while. We're a staple independent marketing production company out of New York City, and it's me. I'm the guy. You know what I mean?
The guy.
And it's so much more before Grindhard though that I contributed to the hip hop community that's coming out. That's out. Like I got a mixtape out called The 90s with all of me and my team from back then. Old music is on there, shit off tapes, off that. Some of the shit is real staticky, but you can still hear it. And shit that was never released. And then I got other shit that I'm about to, because it's about to be the 23rd anniversary for the Insane Psycho Home album that I put out, me and Cuckoo the Bag of Bones through. Shout out, dude. I think his name was Michael Woodruff. He produced a lot of them tracks on there, and he put it out through his label, and that came out in 2001. I think we recorded it around 2000, 99 and 2000, and we put it out in 2001. Or he put it out from, I don't remember what his label was, Angola Records or something, I don't know. But Michael Woodruff. And me and Cuckoo's about to start releasing a lot of videos off that, because it's like the 22nd or 23rd anniversary of that. And so y'all gonna about to start seeing a lot of new shit, and we got a lot of unreleased shit with DJ Honda from Japan. The people that know in the game know about DJ Honda from back in the days. Me and Coop got like maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 records with Honda that was never released that we just got our hands on. So like for the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I have so many gems and contributions to the hip hop culture that have out and coming with still that I'm good. I'm good. Like, of course, we all want the money to pour in more, but you got to grind hard to get it, and your time is gonna come. And I've been doing this shit throughout the whole time I've been in it, and independently, and making money and investing in it myself to keep my legacy going in the music industry. You know what I mean?
And you enjoy it.
Yeah, but if I didn't, I wouldn't do it. I work a good job. I don't have to do anything, just work my job and shit. But I'm not just a job working kind of guy. I run a business.
As he sips his water.
Drink my water, mind my business. Or run my business, I should
Run
say.
the business.
Drink my water and run my business.
the business.
So, yeah.
Nah, that's dope. And what can we look forward for you upcoming?
Well,
I know you're pushing the single.
Yeah, of course. And I got like a zillion articles about to come out. And I got a bunch of new songs coming out. Shout out to my guy, Crucial Mr. One Love, DJ Weddy Wolf, D.A.J. Johnson, Joe Boy Productions, Daylight, my dude Blue Diaz, King Lyrical. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch of people. Shout out to my dude doing well with his single Smiley. You know what I'm saying? $1 Million Smiles. He a new artist out of Queens. He painted his face, and he got some song called The Hater. He coming up in the game. That boy Lazarus the Dawn. It's a couple.
That's my bro.
Yeah, it's a couple of dudes that you know what I'm saying I've been affiliated with and working with. But it's also a project out right now too called the link between Volume 6. It's a whole album. They say it's an EP, but it's 10 songs, so it's an album to me. And it's all Caribbean infused music. Caribbean infused R&B, Caribbean infused. I'm the Caribbean infused hip hop that's on there. But Crucial Mr. One Love and Daylight and D.A.J. Johnson, all Caribbean, that authentic traditional Caribbean music. You know, when you hear that shit, like that whole project is out right now. He got CDs pressed up. He is going digital. Our songs is getting played all over the place. We just shot like 4 videos off that project. You know what I mean? So I got a lot of shit coming out, though. So.
He's also on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
Oh, yeah. GrindhardTV Television on YouTube and Worldarama The Hoff on YouTube.
Yep.
And then on Instagram, you can follow me on @Worldarama and @GrindhardTV Podcast. There's the 2 Instagrams. And on Worldarama on Instagram, Worldarama on Facebook, and Craig Worldarama Brian on Facebook, TikTok Worldarama, SoundCloud Worldarama. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm
everywhere.
I'm gonna be contributing into the hip hop culture until I'm dead. So it'll always be GrindhardTV and Worldarama. You know what I mean?
Out of New York City, right? Name your top favorite rappers.
Well, my favorite rapper is Nas.
Okay. How about the top 5?
I like Nas. I like Drake. I really miss...
But New York.
Oh, New York rappers?
Yes.
Okay. I really miss Pop Smoke.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't care what nobody say. That boy was
different.
He was going to do something. He was going to be a sparkle in New York eyes, man. He wasn't supposed to go. And it's sad that he went to Cali and got killed. Like, took away a good one. That Pop Smoke he had so much more to come.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean? I didn't know him personally or nothing, but the talent, that boy was good. That boy was good.
And smooth. He was a smooth one.
What did I say?
You said Nas.
I said Nas.
Pop
Smoke. I really like... I like G-Rap. G-Rap is a guy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't one of my top 5s till after the verses, Jada.
Okay.
Jada.
Really? He wasn't?
No.
Okay.
He wasn't one of my top 5s. He definitely wasn't. I thought he was dope throughout his whole career. I didn't watch them come up and everything, and I fucks with Yonkers. Shout out Rough Riders Radio. But until I seen what he did on that verses, hands down, Jada's one of my top 5. That boy good. And what I seen with him doing with Fabulous too on that verses, like he carried that shit. Fabulous was too drunk; he couldn't fuck with Jada on that. Yeah. And Fabulous is a dope.
Fabulous is my favorite rapper.
So there you go.
He's my uno Uno favorite rapper.
I don't feel that way about Fabulous, but
but
I like
for
his
me,
music. He's a dope artist and
for
everything.
me.
But yeah, everybody has their own opinion. And what I seen Jada do to him and to Cameron and them, Jada's one of my top
Jada's
fives.
a beast.
He's
nigga, definitely one of my favorite rappers too.
Good. Shout out to him. Shout out to Styles P, Chic, Luch, the technician, the DJ. Shout out to all of them, man. Y'all all did y'all thing, man. But like they said, they knew Jada was the engine to that machine, and he definitely wore that fucking crown right, and he represented, man, for real. Like he killed. He did, shit.
But Jada's always been nice lyrically.
He has been, but I didn't think of him as one of my top fives.
Yeah. Until
I seen him. That proved to me that he's a top five. Like he was so dope before, but I wasn't convinced. But the verses and the verses with the Dipset and the verses that I seen that I went back and rewatched with Fabulous, because Fabulous is a dope spitter too. Yeah. But Jada was just washing niggas like.
Yeah. Jada could definitely watch.
So I was like, yo, Jada, he proved himself to me. You're one of my top fives now, Jada. You know what I mean? So all love. And I got footage of Jada when we was in Bike Week. We was in Maryland somewhere. He was performing. I got an episode out with Jada. So I film everybody though, to be honest with you. But there's one more. I'm gonna think about it while we talk about this. But I filmed everybody. I've been around for 20 years getting content, because even back when I was working with Inf in the first 5 years or whatever, you know, Inf wasn't really out here like me, because I was, like I said, I was doing mad soul shit. So I was connected with mad people, and I was going everywhere with a camera and filming and bringing the footage back to him for him to edit it and shit like that. And, you know, that kind of like caused a little wedge between us, because I guess me out here grinding and working and getting the footage and bringing it to him, he kind of, to me, not even to me, it was to people would tell me like, yo, what's up with your man? Like, he acting like it's his and this. And I'm like, nah, it's both of us. And I wasn't even paying it no mind to people. I was like how people were saying to your baby father, like, yo, that baby look kind of suspicious. Like, people would come up to me and say like, yo, he think that company his. And even down to the names, like at the end of the credits, like his name would be in big letters and my name would be in little letters. And I never noticed that till people would see it and say something to me about it. And I'm like, nah, that's my guy. I would not be like that or whatever the case may be. But, you know, people, they don't always be wrong.
Yeah, people don't always be wrong. But some people do stir up the pot. So just be careful when you're trying to instigate shit.
Yeah, but shout out to my man Inf Mega, because if it wasn't for him coming to me about this whole videography shit back then, I wouldn't have really been into it. I probably would have got into it later in the game, but it was him that introduced me into this videography shit, and that's how GrindhardTV was started. And I'm always going to show him love for that and big him up in interviews and let people know how it started, because I couldn't leave him out, because it was him that came to me with his own DVDs that he had and wanted to start a business with me, because he saw the grind in me. He already knew, like, that guy, he's the nigga that be marketing and running around and doing shit, making it happen. And we started Grind Hard together. He left and did his own thing after we had our own little issue and falling out or whatever. He doing his thing with Inf Mega Films, and I continued on with Grind Hard for all these years. And next year is our 20th anniversary. So
that's so dope.
You know what I mean? And I still say our, like, he was a part of it.
I mean, respectfully, though, because sometimes when you have that connection with somebody, it's like, you know, you just
although I do everything and finance everything myself,
yeah,
but he still was a part of it in the beginning. So it's 20 years for him as well, that the brand that he helped start is still out here. You know what I'm saying?
Grind Hard.
Yeah, GrindhardTV.com. It's a nigga from down south named Starlito that started it after us. He used the name Grind Hard and shit. And I reached out to him many years ago, and he just wasn't paying attention. But it's so many Grind Hard this and Grind Hard that. Like, it's whatever. I own the name GrindhardTV.com.
GrindhardTV.com.
It's mine. I own the
GrindhardTV.com.
That's it. And the logo is trademarked. Is mine. So
before we end, let people know one thing that a lot of people do not know about you.
I think y'all know everything about me. That I'm married. Did I say I'm married?
That a lot of people don't know.
A lot of people don't know I work for Transit.
Okay. Do you sleep with socks or no socks?
I'm a naked kind of guy, but I usually sleep with underwear sometimes. But
no socks. Ha!
No socks.
That's it. That's all the people need to know. You don't sleep with socks. That's something that they didn't know. That's something I didn't know. But now we know. No socks. Just
I
underwear.
don't like socks at all. Not wearing socks, but because I like, fashionable socks, but sleeping with socks, hell no. I don't even like my woman to sleep with socks on.
Yo, I don't even wear socks.
I'm a feet guy. Like
I only own one pair of socks.
That's something people don't know about me, except for the people that know me. I'm a feet guy. So, ladies, yeah. While dudes is walking around and y'all worrying about dudes looking at your ass, I be feet watching. So, have your shits right. And I'm not talking about nail polish, just don't be having the corns and the bunions all crazy. But if you do and you can't help it, it is what it is. I can't say that. Women are just sexy and y'all get away with everything anyway. But I like feet. I'm a feet and ass man.
Your feet and ass man?
Big booties and pretty feet. That's probably why I married my wife.
She got a big booty and pretty toes?
Sure do.
Big booty and pretty toes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to know. But they...
I should make a song called Big Booty and Pretty Toes.
Yeah,
Big
yo,
and
you
pretty
should.
Toes.
You
Big
should.
booties and pretty toes. Big booties and pretty toes. See, look, somebody gonna steal my
Big
shit.
booty and pretty toes.
Yeah, big booties and pretty toes. Big booties and pretty
We
toes.
can get started to that.
Yo,
too.
I ain't gonna front. I think I'm gonna do that. Let me jump on this shit. Matter of fact, before you release all the edit this part out so nobody can steal it out there. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Just put it out.
Yes,
Big
listen.
booties and pretty toes.
Big booties and
Pretty toes.
GrindhardTV, Real Radio Podcast. It's Jay Perez and Worldarama.
You already know.
And we are out. Thank you for tuning in.
And it don't matter where you at or where you from. Hey, where you from? It's Real Raw Radio gon' get it done. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. It's Jay Perez.